Anyways, right, let's start this topic off with a little joke. Something I made up. How does someone with multiple sclerosis unwind? With a little rest and relapsation. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with having self-deprecating humor. I've always had this issue. I guess you could call it an issue, but I've always had this kind of humor. When life gets me down, I happen to joke about what's bothering me. For an example, I used to have issues with a neighbor, and so I turned her, or rather else and I, turned her into a character. Same with, I was struggling on Centrelink. In Australia, Centrelink is government wages, so we don't die of starvation. I was struggling on Centrelink, so I made jokes about the pretty much stereotypical doll bludger, as we call it. That got me through until I got a job. But then I started making fun of people who didn't have jobs, and I felt really bad. But it was certainly a joke. And then there's so many things I've turned, or myself and friends have turned into characters or stereotypes that we follow. And that's what gets me through life. Now, in saying that, I'm keeping this upbeat attitude because, well, something's happened today. I've noticed, and it started yesterday afternoon, and then something else happened, let's see, a few days beforehand, and I've also noticed that I've got a really severe ache in my throat. I checked my tonsils, and they're deliciously caked and iced in fucking pus. Yum, I probably helped out everyone's appetite there. You're welcome. So usually I have numbness and tingling in my left hand. Now, before my most major relapse that I ever had, that's what they call it, with relapsing or remitting multiple sclerosis, I had mostly my left hand, but my right hand was tingling. Then I had a visual problem where my eyes felt like they were dancing up and down. I couldn't keep focused. This time, a few days ago, I noticed I had numbness and tingling in my right hand. I thought nothing of it. I thought, oh yeah, I must have just slept on my hand, because that's what it pretty much feels like, is that we're sleeping on our hands, or a limb that just went to sleep. Now, with that, I dismissed it, and then the next day I noticed that the numbness was worse. It was pretty much going up half my arm, but it's mostly from my fingertips, which are very cold right now, to about my wrist, and then a little bit up the side of my arm, but nothing major. I'm like, okay, this must just be a minor flare. Didn't think anything of it. But then I noticed that the following day after, my throat is aching, and it feels like I'm swallowing a golf ball. And I look in the mirror that afternoon, because my friends are like, oh, you're probably imagining it. It's probably just because you're stressed out. I'm like, yeah, good point. I have been stressed since the whole leg incident. Now, I look in the mirror, and delicious. I just sort of say yum. My tonsils are swollen to the shit house, and on them, of course, is grossness. I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's just a sign of an infection, even though I'm still on antibiotics for my legs. I didn't understand why, but I did have a nurse check it out, because I have my wounds redressed every single day. She told me that it's likely the antibiotic has a bug that's resistant to it, and my tonsils caught it. I'm like, oh, okay. Which is the good news is my tonsils work, and I do suffer tonsillitis at least once or twice a year. Yeah. Back in the day, they would have removed those tonsils, but now they're like, oh, that means they're working. So, I'm like, okay, so I got this annoying slight temperature drop, though. It's weird. I should be having a fever or chill or something. It's just inflamed tonsils and pus. And so I've been gargling every day with salt water. And then I noticed that the numbness and tingling didn't really go away. And then yesterday I noticed I had a little bit of double vision. It was hard for me to focus. Today, however, I've noticed that I can't look at long distance because... Sorry, I just tried it out then. I can't look at long distance because my vision goes 100% doubled. I have to close one eye to keep focused. And I don't know what it is. It's kind of a bit terrifying for me, The reason being is because in 2016, when I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, this was a sign that it was going to be a major relapse. And I know I sound really upbeat right now, but I'm absolutely really scared. Sorry, I'm just got a bit emotional then because it landed me in hospital for 3 weeks when I was supposed to be on holiday. Life doesn't go to plan. My only friend in the whole world at that point was a lizard that sat on my window the whole time. An actual lizard. It was adorable. So I was trapped in a place that I'd grown up in, but I didn't want to be in, and so yeah. I won't go into too much detail. It's scary because it reminds me of that. However, it somewhat is just life for me. This is something that people don't realize that people with multiple sclerosis live with every day. This fear, this constant fear eating away at us that we are going to have this relapse, or I don't know. There's relapse. People call it relapse. People call it flare up. People can be subtle and call it out of remittance. To me, I prefer to say I am out of remittance right now. Whether minorly or majorly, I don't know. It's the unknown that's scary. I had corticosteroid treatment in January. And that helped me majorly because I was able to sleep properly. I was able to have a bit more energy. And I have lately, and I know it made me feel so much better. But I also was told that I might have tuberculosis carried in my body, but inactive. If I were to go back on Tysabri infusions, which is the medication that I'm put on, I could potentially reactivate it or activate it in general, and I could have a serious infection. 1 out of 10 people with tuberculosis die. And so they didn't want to take the risk, and once I was explained that death is imminent with a tenth of it, only, a 10% chance of dying, that's not anything to risk. Technically with Tysabri infusions, I have I think 0.001% chance of getting a brain infection, and with a lumbar puncture, I had a very low chance, but it's still a chance, of my brain falling out the back of my head, like as in going down the back of my neck, something like that. I didn't go into too much detail because I'm not good with brains. I've had so many MRIs now that's ridiculous. So I thought I'd share this experience and let everyone know that if I drop off the face of the earth, eventually, or stop talking, well, there's that. Last time, I lost my speech and my ability to swallow. I hated it. I couldn't do anything about it. It's shitty going to sleep every night and your stomach is gnawing and screaming for food for a whole entire week, and all you can do is drool. As disgusting as it is, all you can do is drool, and you can't swallow, and you need a tissue to wipe the glob off your face, and you can't even eat anything. Swallowing takes 45 minutes, it feels like, but eating took me about an hour and 3/4. My food was mush. I had to eat mush. It's scary. The first time I could actually swallow anything, I woke up, I'm like, oh my gosh, I could swallow, because something felt different, because my teeth weren't as numb, feeling my gums. I woke up, and the first thing I ate, I shouldn't have. I really wanted chips or fries, but chips, fat fries. And I went to the little place in the hospital, little cafeteria, and I got fries. But because I couldn't really eat anything hard, I had them drench the fries in gravy. So that was what I ate my first time, and the first time I could have a coffee in forever. I literally couldn't drink it that fast, but I was so happy because I couldn't drink coffee. I couldn't even drink tea. I couldn't drink anything but thickened fluids. So yeah, I'm getting a lot of memories in regards to 2016 when I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. It was one of the most traumatic events of my life, as I've disclosed before. I don't like hospitals. I can't handle them. I generally, but I'm keeping myself positive and upbeat. Because, I don't know, something tells me that if I fall into that, the darkness inside me, where I literally disconnect from everything and everyone around me, it's not going to help me. That's what I did end of 2016, and that's when I met my ex. My ex, actually. That's when I met my ex that I will be talking about a bit more about later, because I've actually processed the whole situation and I realized how wrong it was. But yeah, that's my symptoms right now is a numb, tingly, cold hand and blurred double vision. Not so much majorly blurred, but a slight blur to it. So for now, I'm just gonna get some R&R. Rest and relapsation. Sorry. Oh god, I'm so sorry, guys. Anyone who does have multiple sclerosis who watches my channel, I am so sorry. It is not something to laugh about. It's insensitive, but I also have multiple sclerosis. I have relapsing remitting, and so therefore, it's just deprecating humor. That's terrible. I'd rather make fun of my own illness than to ever have someone try and bring me down. Yeah, if people make fun of me because of something that I didn't ask for and I was born with, something that technically disables me, if you're going to make fun of that, then fuck you. And because you're not just making fun of me, you're making fun of people who are like me, who also never asked for this disease. You're making fun of people around me who literally struggling every day. And it's not as uncommon as you think. You could meet anyone on the street and they could have multiple sclerosis, so please don't be a dick. Yeah, it's funny when you make fun of me for it, but it's not funny when you're making fun of someone else for it. And so yeah, I just thought I'd point that out. Me making fun of myself, okay, dude. You making fun of others, not so much. It's nicht so good. Anyways, guys, this is Ray from Ray's Rides, and stay safe, keep happy, keep doing things you love every day, and I'll update. And if I lose the ability to speak at some point, well, I'll just have subtitles. Or I'll try and talk, but either way. Hopefully, this is just from the infection and some different antibiotics will make it go away. Wow, is my voice really clear today. It seems I'm able to articulate my words better. I don't understand why this is. It just is really clear today. It's not as hard for me to enunciate at all. So it's several hours after my initial recording. I'm just chilling out on my back veranda, and yeah, I've still got boxes there. So despite my chipper nature earlier, right now I'm not very happy. The reason being is because doctors have confirmed that I am in fact out of remittance, and it hit me like a brick. I will have to have urgent steroid treatment, and likely I'll be going to the hospital in the city. Reason being is because I need to urgently get on permanent treatment for multiple sclerosis. I've been without it pretty much most of my remittance, and it's because of this that they believe that my symptoms have gotten worse over time. Originally I was tired all the time, and I did have some steroid treatment, but they believe that it's not enough. So, yeah. I'm going to hospital again. And as much as it pains me inside, it's life. I've been lucky. I've had close to 2 years of remittance, without any relapse / flare-ups / episodes, I guess you could say. But there's not much more to say about it. I did the best I could. They believe what caused it would be the fact I've had an infection and it's messed with the body. As you know from previous videos, or unless you're someone new, the infection in my body was actually quite serious. It was infecting the wounds on my legs from the motorbike accident. Put it this way, my life has been pretty fucked up since, well, the beginning of this year. It's my fault. A lot of it's my fault. A lot of it's kind of out of my hands, such as the motorbike accident. I tried to be careful. I crashed. Mind you, I did get a bit cocky about that, and therefore I probably crashed because I was overly confident. Another issue is when I moved. I moved before I was financially stable, and therefore I have a bit of debt. And that's life. That is something that is my fault. A relationship of mine, I won't go into detail, it fell apart. Near the end, definitely my fault. I had, all these things. The infection in my leg, not my fault. There was a bug. 3 bugs, actually. Turns out that there were 3 different types of bugs. Oh, how I love jump cuts. Well, you can't really actually see here, but heavy growth of Klebsiella oxytosa. I have no idea what that bug is, but that was the most major bug in there. There is a moderate growth of beta heme strep, pretty much strep, group B, and then there's a light growth of mixed skin flora. As you can see, that's pretty much what was inside my disgusting wounds. The reason I asked for a printout of that was, well, yeah. So, I've got a friend, again, coming here to feed my cat. And not only that, he's probably going to look after the house as well. I'm very unfortunate this year. It's like a series of unfortunate events, which I actually started watching on Netflix. It's quite interesting. A lot of the bad things in my life are because of me. All the good things in my life, but also because of me. And I honestly, I'm starting to accept, just like everyone, I'm a cucumber with anxiety. Cause that joke, and I shouldn't have joked about my MS, but what do you know? So I probably got inflammation of the nerves or something because of the infection. Not only that, I have the throat that's really sore. So yeah, this is Ray from Ray's Rides, and not so good news for me. But life will get better eventually, right?
The hell's going on? Can someone tell me please? Why I'm switching faster than the channels